if you want to feel free and awesome, you got to make your mind really quiet and then let it fill with really awesome things. So, my name is Sophia Hoffer-Perkins, and I want to share with you one of my favorite tricks for making more space for my goofy, playful, and lighthearted self. And that is what I affectionately call a brain dump. Okay, so this is when you sit down, and if you're a talker, you might want to talk it out. I'm a talker, but it also really helps for me to write it out. But if you want to pick your dominant kind of way of expressing this, you sit down, and for me it's writing. So you sit down and you just say, I'm going to get everything that's going through my head. And if you haven't done this before, setting a timer can be really helpful. So like 10 minutes, brain dump, go. And I like to get a bunch of, not lined paper, but blank paper, and make sure I have like a nice stack. And then I just go for it. It's like, email my mom back, pick dates for my next workshop, tell my wife that I love her more. You know, it's like, breathe deeper, do a thing, get back to, it's like whatever, like just the whatever it is, it's like, and then that's a to-do list stuff. But then the other stuff that comes up is like, sometimes I'll have like a little paragraph of being like, I just can't get clear on the next thing that I want to do creatively. I keep seeing myself dancing, but I don't know what that means. And just like, let it flow. Just let all of those thoughts flow and flow and flow and flow. Now, I said set a timer for 10 minutes, and that's to keep you going. If you can still go after 10 minutes, you go. The idea of a brain dump is much like a toilet dump, where you just go until you're done, but don't force your poops. It's not good for anything, okay? So it's the same thing. You don't want to like squeeze it out of your brain either. You just want to, this is like totally crude. It's totally crude. So what you want to do is you want to sit down, or stand up for that matter, or shake it out, but just let it come out. Whatever rises, write it down. The whole point is to get it out, because we have a tendency, I have a tendency, and the people I work with I know have a tendency to keep little tabs running in their head. Keep a little like, oh, I'll get back to that. Oh, I'll remember that. Oh, I'll remember that. That's important. I won't forget that. And so I write it all down. And sometimes when I haven't done this in a while, it'll be like papers and papers and papers. I'll have like 7 like printing paper, just like filled with notes. So I take a breath, I walk away, I come back, and then I reorganize all of that into what actually needs to get done, what just needs to be like loved and released. Like, all right, that's there, and reorient. But I often do this before I do a sitting practice, like a quiet contemplative practice, and I do it sometimes before chanting, or sometimes before going out and being with friends. Sometimes it's really helpful to just take a moment, transition from your work day, or from if you're doing like deep healing work right now, if you're walking with me in this path because you're just digging deep through some stuff and you got to go to, you know, you've chosen to go to your friend's birthday party or your niece's baby shower, taking a moment to sit down and just put down all of that, all of the grief, all of the to-dos, all of the expectations, just put it down so you're clear, okay? And so I find once I'm clear, then a lot comes up. Sometimes I'm clear and I can feel my feelings, so a cry comes out and it's like, space, oh, feelings, that's what all that chaos was stopping, you know? Or it's like space and I'm like, oh, I wanna like dance and sing and play and like go on an adventure. And other times I'm like, wow, I can sit quietly now. And sometimes I just am tired and ready to go to bed. So play with it. If this is helpful for you, you think it'd be helpful for someone else, share the video, pass it along, and leave any comments. Let me know any highlights or what happens for you after you really clear out. What do you have space for? What comes into that space or rises out of you once you make space for it? Okay. Sat Nam, thank you so much. Be well.